is France. Bruni wins. Match race Germany.
Bjorn Hansen, the new king of the Korea Match Cup.
And Ian Williams takes the second race and the win here in Portugal. Williams wins. Stena Match Cup sweep. Mirsky takes the title. That's the second World Tour event in a row.
We're really close to Ian, and we have a very big chance for the world title in the Monsoon Cup, so we're just going to be fighting for that, hopefully win that event too.
Be very competitive in Malaysia. We only 6 points behind is not a lot. I mean, to be able to go there and have a chance to win the World Championship is great for us.
As it is, we'll go to Malaysia leading. We'll obviously need to sail a lot better than we sailed here. But if we can pick ourselves up and sail well, then we've still got obviously a very good chance of the World Championship.
It's that time of year when everything comes to a head. It's the Monsoon Cup, the final event on the ISAF World Match Racing Tour Series and the climax of the season. The Monsoon Cup takes place in Kuala Terengganu, a state on the east coast of Malaysia. The event prides itself on providing spectators with a cultural and vibrant experience, whilst the tropical storms and monsoon rains offer the sailors some truly testing conditions. This is the 8th and final stage of the ISAF World Match Racing Tour, where 12 teams will be sailing Foundation 36s as they compete for the 1.5 million Malaysian ringgit prize purse. As always, this event will see 2 prizes on offer: the Monsoon Cup event title, and of course, the ISAF Match Racing World Championship title. And this year, there's a brand new trophy for the taking. Garrard, the world's oldest jewellers, has become the official silversmith to the tour, and they've designed and created a unique silver trophy for the world's best match racing team. Having created some of the most iconic trophies in the sporting world, including the oldest active trophy in international sport, the America's Cup, Garrard's latest commission is to design and create a trophy that echoes the gladiatorial boat-on-boat action seen in the World Match Racing Tour.
We wanted to make sure that the trophy reflected that this is the 21st century. So our design is very contemporary, beautifully, intricately made. Any team that wins will be very, very proud to hold up and have their picture taken.
The weather and the water is all part of the majesty, if you like, of the event. So the trophy is a crescendo to the World Match Racing Tour. The logo's at the top there. That says what the great achievement is.
So a brand new trophy is waiting to be claimed, and the scene is set for a 3-way showdown. This season has seen 5 different event winners so far, which has kept everyone guessing who would be in the running for the world title. Now we have an answer, and there are 3 main contenders with the strongest chance of taking home the trophy.
It is important for us to win the World Match Racing Tour this year because we've finished 2nd and 3rd on the podiums in previous years, so that first place is just begging for us.
It could be the only chance we have, and we have to use it well and use it right and use it now.
We're here to try and prove that we're the best team in the world. I think Torvar is many people's favourite for this regatta. There's probably more pressure on him than there is on us.
There's no way I would think that we're under pressure. He's currently leading and would be the favourite to win as the leader.
You know, he's been the nearly guy, you know, quite a few times now.
We've done well here in the past, so that's what we're going to be focusing on.
Our job really is to, you know, put that pressure on and make sure we keep hammering away at him and give him the opportunity to make the mistakes.
They are very strong in the boat. They know, especially this kind of boat that we are using in Malaysia. They grown up on those.
The boats are originally from Perth, so started sailing them when I was 15.
He knows all the little tricks about the boats that those of us that just sail them once a year maybe don't know.
You know, we need to focus like when we go out there sailing.
We haven't sailed very well against Jan and Torvar, and we know that. I think it's just a statistic, and that's all. And we know that we can beat those guys.
Francesco is a little bit newer on the tour to us, and maybe hasn't sailed here as many times as Ian and ourselves. There's a lot of little tricks with the tide and so on that it could be a surprise to him.
You know, he knows that if he wins here, he'll probably go home as world champion. So he'll come here well prepared and obviously very fired up.
We would be the first Italian to win this title, and this is a big record for us and for Italy. Ian is beatable. We can beat him in speed, we can beat him in pre-start.
Ian Williams is, very methodical, and his preparation is second to none.
Between me and Mirsky, I think he is the one with everything clear in his mind, like a calculator.
But I think his weakness may be that he's probably not maybe as natural as some of the other teams, so we're hoping that we can have a little speed advantage against him.
We really feel that if we perform, to our capabilities, that we'll beat anybody.
Welcome back to the Monsoon Cup, the final stage of the ISAF World Match Racing Tour, and the event that will see the crowning of a new match racing world champion. So we've heard from the top 3 contenders, but lying in 4th place and still mathematically in with a shot at the world title is Peter Gilmour, and he knows all about the intricacies of the racecourse here in Malaysia.
It's an amazing place to sail here. The river basically flows on 2 sides of Pulau de Jong. It's on one side, effectively it flows quite fast. The other side's a little bit slower, but more direct. They are particular quirks, if you get into the fast-flowing stream, you'll pick up 3 or 4 knots of boat speed in an instant. And so, as sailors, we're always seeking that out and trying to get the optimum position on the racecourse. And also the tide is going up and down during the day. Typically we see it outgoing, ebbing in the morning and then flooding in the afternoon, and that provides a bit of difference to it as well. Things still catch me out. Yesterday was a dramatic example of it, with such wild conditions early on in the day, and those big blasts that came through, and being absolutely survival sailing through to no wind at the end of the day, and us having to struggle to get ourselves around the race course and the race being abandoned. We were going upwind in the race the other day, and there was a monitor lizard in the water with its head up out of the water, and the boys hadn't seen it. And I said to Fuku, I said, you might want to watch out or you'll get bitten here. And he suddenly looked down and saw this lizard looking with its head looking up at him, and he jumped out of the way quickly.
As well as a good knowledge of the racecourse, it's also vital for the sailors to know their boats and operate smoothly as a team.
On these Foundation 36s, down the back it's a lot more calm and smooth sailing compared to up the front of the boat. You know, my job is very much about keeping the boat fast, steering and overlooking the rest of the crew on you know, being a skipper, a manager of the team. So just steering and not pulling many ropes at all, and just trying to steer the boat as best I can.
Kyle Langford for the Wave Muscat, the main trimmer on board. Basically my role is to trim the mainsail. Obviously downwind it's quite easy, you just let it all the way out and you know, cruise downwind, but upwind and in the circling it can get quite physical, and you know, there's quite a lot of sheet to pull around, and you know, you've got to give it a hoopinay every now and then to get the main on, especially with these new sails with the bigger roach and the more sail area. It's a bit tougher than it has been in previous years. My job's definitely not the most physical on the boat, so I get quite a good opportunity to keep my head out a bit and look at the breeze and kind of update Torvar with you know, how we're going and where we kind of want to place ourselves.
I'm Kinley Fowler, I'm the trimmer on board the Wave Muscat. So I'm just running both the sails up the front, trying to keep our speed up. Me and Torvar work pretty closely just to make sure that we're going fast the whole way around the track. I also work closely with Tids here.
Hi, my name's Tids Owen. I'm the pitman aboard the Wave Muscat. In the pre-start, I help Kinley to pull in the jib and also in the tacks upwind. I'm also helping Graham at the turning mark, so the top mark and the leeward mark. The Foundation 36 this year have new sails, so they're a bit stiffer. So it makes my job a little harder because the sails don't have any stretch, particularly in the tacks. I have to pull the jib in, kind of got to time it really well.
Hi, my name's Graham Spence. I'm the bowman aboard the Wave Muscat. My main roles aboard the Foundation 36 is to make sure that the spinnaker goes up and comes down nice and cleanly. I also feed a lot of information back to our tactician, Kyle Langford, and help him out with the wind strategy. These are one of my favourite boats to sail. I grew up sailing these boats in Perth, in my hometown in Western Australia. Really looking forward to this Monsoon Cup.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Monsoon Cup of 2011!
With practice over and after a colourful opening ceremony, it was time for the racing to get underway. And for the 12 teams, including all 9 tour card holders, the qualifying stage wasn't short of surprises. The first qualifying session saw some extreme conditions, making the boat handling tougher than ever.
Okay, I'm struggling. Speed build, ease, come on, ease the thing. Trim, Simon, trim. Yeah.
There's a lot thrown at you. It's typical Monsoon Cup stuff, you know. We've lost a race, we feel, because of debris in the water. We've lost a race because of an error of the race committee, and we've lost one race because our own stupid faults.
It's definitely really hard conditions. You have to win the start really to win the race.
We lost all of our starts except one today, I think, so that's not a good record for me.
Team GAC Pindar lost to Will Tinner. It was a shame for us.
It was really great to take down the tour leader out there, and especially beating by so much was definitely a great morale boost to the boys.
We have 5 points, which makes us feel good, but doesn't make us feel perfect. We are sailing well, make us feel a little better that Mirsky and Williams are struggling.
Second qualifying session was just horrible for us. 2 wins, 4 losses, so backs against the wall, and if we want any chance of winning this world title or the Monsoon Cup, we've got to do a lot now.
The third qualifying session saw the likes of Phil Robertson and Will Tiller racking up race wins, and by the last 3 flights, the 3 tour leaders and strongest contenders for the world title were left fighting for the last 2 places in the quarterfinals. Ian Williams managed to pull 2 wins out of the bag and secure himself a quarter-final spot. But Mirsky and Bruni were left in a must-win situation as they went head-to-head. There would only be one winner, and one of them would be going home and saying goodbye to their world title hopes. We join Mark Chisnell and Hannah White for their battle.
Torvar sitting up to windward on a starboard tack over by the committee boat. Nice start there from Bruni. He starts right down to the pin, and it's an immediate tack off to the right-hand side of the course from Mirsky. No surprises there, so a big split on the start. You're going right, Mark, I'm going left. See you at the top. No, Mirsky's got it.
Mirsky's got it, oh my goodness. So, Torvar Mirsky, first cross. There it is, from the right, Torvar Mirsky, orange mainsail. Francesco Bruni, yellow mainsail. Mirsky goes clear ahead, tacks on him to defend the right-hand side. Sensible, smart, low tariff thing to do. Quick tack back, double tack from Mirsky. So that will be slightly expensive, but he keeps the right. Mirsky needs to get that boat going. He really needs to get that boat accelerated. But he's got his boat on starboard between Francesco and the mark. He will go around in front, no question. The issue is, how close will Francesco be?
He's going to be close.
Now the Talons need a good hoist here. They had a shocker on the last one. They really need to get that spinnaker up. Will it go up twisted this time?
No, it's a clean set, very close. Bruni right in the breeze of Torvar Mirsky as his bow extends. Mirsky going for the jibe. Here we go. Bruni going for the jibe as well.
Simultaneous jibe. Bruni looking good. That's a really strong attacking position. Mirsky defending hard with the luff. He's going for it straight away. Bruni's round his bow. No problem. Bruni has the pass. Straight away on the simultaneous jibe. Fantastic work. Great jibe from the Italians. The crew work not letting them down that time, Hannah.
No, absolutely not. Really, really good sailing from Francesco Bruni there, just managing to get the pace, roll over the top of Mirsky in that simultaneous jibe, keeping his wits about him. God, I bet his heart's beating faster than mine, and mine's beating pretty fast.
Here comes the cross. There he is on the right-hand side. Torvar Mirsky on the left. Francesco Bruni, that's the mark in the middle.
He's got it, Mirsky's got it.
That's the call from Hannah. She's up there. She should know.
I'm right there, right next to them, right next to the windward mark. Torvar Mirsky crosses clear ahead on starboard. Bruni right behind on port, tacking. Bruni with two more tacks, of course. He's going to be slower going around the mark. Mirsky rounds nice and cleanly. Bruni a little bit slower, having just done that tack, but that's no bad thing because he needs to keep clear of Mirsky ahead. Mirsky with a beautiful set around that mark. And Bruni slow as anything around that mark. Ouch. Okay, so there's a boat length between them now. Mirsky accelerating away with the orange spinnaker. Bruni slow.
What Bruni's trying to do is get close enough so that when they both jibe, he can attack once again, as we saw in the last run. Here comes a jibe from Mirsky. Bruni is not responding. Bruni knows the simultaneous jibe is not going to work. He's too far back. He's going to go for a split. And that is not the split you want to take, I don't think.
Bruni with nice acceleration now. Bruni on the inside here, Mark. This is going to be interesting. Mirsky can't lay the finish line on this jibe, and Mirsky coming up with pace inside him.
Oh my goodness, one last final charge for Italy. It's going to be desperately close. Bruni's
this is exceptional.
Picked good pace. Bruni has good pace. He got the puff. He might have fought a little bit more time, but he's got better pressure. He looks ahead to me, by my eye, Hannah.
I agree, I agree. Francesco Bruni of Italy comes down. He's the yellow flag we're looking for of Francesco Bruni. There it is. Look at the celebrations.
That tells you everything you need to know. Francesco Bruni, a late jibe. He didn't go for a simultaneous jibe attack. He took what must have been a call to go for the better breeze on that right-hand side of the course.
I never thought we would have gone to needing 1 meter to be through. We are super happy now. I feel very tired now because it was very stressful. This race was very important for us. We still have a chance for the world title. One guy is out, and it's between us and Ian. Ian needs to watch very carefully his back. The quarterfinals are a very tough moment for everybody, and everybody can win and lose. So it's going to be about putting every extra energy we have, and we have to do it. We have to win this title.
I don't know. I mean, all credit to Keko and Francesco Bruni and his team. They just pipped us there on the line, and we're just, really devastated that we couldn't make it through this, because we felt that we were a team that could, contend for the Monsoon Cup and the World Match Racing title. That's the part that hurts the most, is that we feel like we should be contending and not being knocked out, is the fact that we feel like we're good enough to be up there, and we've just been thrown out over some small mistakes and a few umpire calls and stuff like that. So we may never get this chance again. I don't know what our decisions are going to be for next year. Still working on that, and we've finished second and third on the tour in the last 2 years, and our first place will just look mighty fine on our resumes. So we're to not take that away is it's pretty devastating when this was one event that we felt like we could nail. That said, we did hit world #1 on the ISAF rankings the other day, and we have won 2 events this year. So it's been a bit of a roller coaster ride, but it's a bit sour taste at the end here. We fully felt like we were ready for it, and just broken.
As well as Torvar Mirsky, 2 other tour card holders were out before the quarter-finals, Damien Yell and Matthew Richard. Ian Williams and Francesco Bruni lived to fight another day. So all eyes would be on the quarter-final to see who else would bite the dust. Welcome back to the Monsoon Cup, where the ISAF Match Racing World Champion will be crowned. After a shocking departure from Torvar Mirsky in the qualifying stage, it was on to the quarter-finals for the first of the knockout rounds. At the top of the qualifying leaderboard, Will Tiller chose to race Johnny Berntsen for their quarter-final. Phil Robertson surprised everyone with his choice of opponent, Peter Gilmour, and Bjorn Hansen selected Jesper Radek. That left Francesco Bruni racing his arch-rival Ian Williams, which could decide the winner of the World Championship title. In the first quarter-final, Berntsen and Tiller raced for a full 5 flights. But despite Tiller's strong performance at the Monsoon Cup so far, Berntsen proved his dominance, beating him 3-2.
It was very much about the teamwork and the boat handling on board, and the guys did a really great job.
In the second quarter-final, Gilmour and Robertson were a good match, and after 3 races, the score was 2-1 to Robertson. We join Mark Chisnall for the start of their 4th match.
We're inside the final minute here, and I think Gilmour's in trouble. He's very close to the start boat with a lot of time left on the clock. Robertson pushing hard. Robertson very aggressive. Doesn't want to let Gilmour jibe.
Winding up 2, 1. Spinning up, spinning up. Do not tag! Do not tag! Hey! 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 Get it back!
Robertson very punchy, trying to stop Gilmour from tacking back to the boat. Gilmour just put it in there anyway.
That's a double there!
Robertson wants a double penalty. That's because he's effectively lost control of the race. He figured he would have had a controlling position at the start boat.
Come on, that's a double!
Claiming again for the double, a red flag penalty would do the same thing. Yep, there it is. It's a red flag for Peter Gilmour. That means he has to do it immediately. He rolls into the jibe to execute the penalty, and Phil Robertson should go through. Clear ahead here.
That's another. That's not justified.
Robertson's still not happy. He still thinks Gilmour's pushing his luck. Robertson leads out to the favoured right-hand side. So Gilmour here with good gains at the leeward mark. He's done a nice job on the run. He's going to take that left-hand mark as we look at it. Robertson taking the right-hand mark, which would normally be the way you want to go to control the right, but I think Gilmour might have made a good call here. That left-hand mark is closer to the top mark. Gilmour's made good gains here. Excellent call from Gilmour. And there you see it, Gilmour at the top mark. Good lead for Gilmour. He's going to take that all the way to the finish. There it is. Peter Gilmour, fantastic comeback from a penalty on the start line.
Gilmour went on to win the 5th and final race, sending him through to the semi-finals and knocking Phil Robertson out.
I'm really pleased with our performance. I think we sailed really well, and as a team we were really doing a superb job, but yeah, the result is now a little disappointing, and I don't think it justifies how well we sailed, but that happens in that sailing and you've got to win, so we did it. We've definitely learned a lot on communication and how to sail and how to prepare for events, so yeah, hopefully we can come back next year a bit more stirred up and fired up and yeah, more confident, I guess.
This quarter-final pairing saw fireworks from the beginning. Radek won the first race, and we joined them in the pre-start of their second match.
So that was the gun, the 1 minute horn. We've got a minute to go, and it's Jesper Radek pushing Bjorn Hansen back towards the start line and pushing hard. Aggressive stuff here from Radek. They're close to the line already. He knows he needs to put the pressure on Hansen. Here comes the bow, the big acceleration. He's got the overlap. There it is. He's got it the hook. Oh!
Hey! We're laughing as soon as we can! That's his ball!
He's saying the luff was too aggressive, and there is the yellow flag. So, penalty to Jesper Radek. Penalty down already. We've still got 30 seconds before the start. They want the right-hand side, remember. They want the committee boat. And it looks like Radek will get the boat. He's lined up pretty nicely there. Radek squeezes in at the committee boat. It's going to be tight for Hansen. Hansen forced to tack away. So, interesting stuff. There's the start gun. They're clean away. Radek has the right-hand side, but he's a penalty down. Nice conservative move from Hansen, the tack back, so he's going to trail Radek out to this right-hand side, try and keep it tight, and make it impossible for Jesper Radek to get that penalty done. So Jesper Radek on board. We're nearing the top mark. He's not really made the gains he needs to get this penalty off, so we are going to see some action. Jesper Radek has the inside line at the mark. Hansen with the luff there. He's going to try and keep Radek away from the mark so he can't make his inside position count. He's not done it. Hansen has given up on it. He's still claiming for penalty there. Already one penalty up, remember. That's a green flag. So Radek still has the one penalty to do. And he has the lead. He has the inside line nicely there. He's trying to lock Hansen out from the mark. Radek may well go for some aggressive maneuvers here to try and get this penalty off at the top. For sure, Hansen is too close for Radek to get it done at the bottom. Radek's going to play the game here and try and get this penalty off. Holding Hansen upwind, away from the mark. Hansen bails out, he'll jibe, they'll both jibe. They'll come back together. Oh, here we go. We've got to dial up.
We're still in the zone. There's no room for you. There's no room for you. Still in the zone, yeah. No room. What do you want,
So the question is, did they go outside the 2-length zone? That's what Hansen is claiming. He doesn't. There's a yellow flag. The umpires think they went outside the zone. Hansen had room to go around that mark. Radek has got a second penalty, and that surely is game over for Jesper Radek. He's putting the tack in. Yep, this is Radek admitting defeat. No choice, really. The yellow flag of the umpires. It's his second penalty. He has to do it immediately. Jesper Radek goes into the penalty. Bjorn Hansen hoists his spinnaker and heads for the finish line. And there it is. Win to Bjorn Hansen.
Despite an impressive performance by Hansen, Radek went on to win the next 2 races, sending the Swedish skipper out of the competition and Radek through to the semi-finals.
I feel very confident out there with the guys on board. Doing really well this week. We showed up 2 days early for practice, and I think it's actually shining through now.
It was a really tight quarterfinal series, and was really fun racing today. So we are of course really disappointed. It's end of the season, and of course we would like to have done better, but looking forward to 2012, and then we should definitely be at the podium.
So this is it, the clash of the world title contenders and the culmination of the match racing season. The results of the previous matches meant that the winner of this quarter-final would be crowned ISAF Match Racing World Champion. Williams won the first 2 races, which piled the pressure onto both teams going into this, their 3rd match. Williams won the left side in the pre-start, and we join them as they approach the first top mark. Mark Chisnall has the action with guest commentator Phil Robertson and Hannah White.
We'll see the first exchange, the first cross here, and it's looking like it's going to be a strong lead for Ian Williams. Hannah.
Yeah, but Ian Williams just tacking right on the face of Bruni there, desperately defending this far left-hand side. Ian Williams does not want Bruni to get into most of the current that's right here on the left. So you can see Bruni bouncing off onto a port tack, leaving Williams to get the best of the current. Very interesting defensive tactics from Ian Williams on the left-hand side.
And interesting, Phil, as well, that he defended the left there so hard. He didn't want to cross to the right and take the power of the right, the starboard tack that would give him control further up the course.
Yeah, he's actually just gone out now into the stronger current. He came back a little early there, I thought. Generally, you just go one tack to it and really get some big gains, but he obviously thought Bruni had a little attacking chance there, so he went and gave him one and bounced him away from the main current, and now a big cross there.
Yeah, Bruni claiming that's a foul. Here we go, it's a big call for the umpires.
Okay, they're talking about it, I'm on board.
Bruni, starboard tack boat, has right of way, but can't alter course and make it impossible for the boat crossing in front. It's a yellow flag. Oh my goodness gracious, that is penalty for Ian Williams. You'll see on Williams' boat the yellow indicators on the back of the boat. Williams now has the lead, but he's a penalty down.
Here we go. Red flag, red flag.
That is terrible! Get a good one here. Nice and smooth. That is terrible! Nice and smooth.
That's some pretty extraordinary action early on. Phil, you saw it. I saw Francesco Bruni altering course to make it hard for Ian Williams.
Yeah, that is a very marginal call, I guess. It's definitely one of the hardest calls the umpires have to make there, and if Francesco was altering course there, then yes, it probably shouldn't have gone towards his way, but it has, and red flag is the call that they had to make there. So
Williams's penalty cost him the race, as Bruni went on to lead all the way around the course.
Francesco Bruni has won, indeed, flight 3 of the quarterfinals here at the Monsoon Cup. Francesco Bruni pulls it back to 2-1.
So they were faced with a 4th race. Either Williams wins it and takes the title, or Bruni levels the scores at 2-all.
Bruni may have just gone a little far, and maybe he's changed his call here and he's going for the boat. 10 seconds to go, he's set up for the boat for sure.
Yeah. Really interesting. Ian Williams would go into leeward of him, a late call there, presumably from the tactician. There it is. Bruni nails the start. Looks like he's got a little bit advanced. A great start from Bruni, I'd say.
Yeah, absolutely. He's had a lot more pace here the whole start, and he's set up just to windward here, and tacking off now, which is wow.
That's spectacular. Now, that is really interesting. We've just seen 2 races won full on by a boat sailing out to the left-hand side of the course and into the current. Bruni has decided to do something different. That's extraordinary. So, you see Ian Williams coming into the gate, jibs up, Spinnaker's coming down.
As they approached the final bottom mark, Williams made an unexpected decision to take the right, despite having made a gain on the left in the previous match. It was a decision that proved to be crucial, as Williams kept his lead all the way to the finish.
Just 4 boat lengths off the finish line now. Ian Williams rolling down. Bruni and his crew not even looking, not even in the frame. So it's all over. The pole comes off Ian Williams's boat. They get ready to drop the spinnaker. Get ready for a big cheer. It's Ian Williams, the new world champion.
Yeah, yeah. Nice work, man. Nice job.
Oh, it feels fantastic, of course. You know, with a new sponsor, with GAC on board, it's you know, it's obviously good, you know, with them coming in this year to have nailed it first time with them. For some, you know, somehow the teams managed to pull together and just pull it out of the bag at the critical moments, and that's really been the difference. And one of the big challenges is, you know, if you win the World Championship before the end of the Monsoon Cup, is then making sure you get yourself back up, you know, to try and win the Monsoon Cup, which is what we came here to do. So that's what we're going to go and try and do now.
Cazzo, lui sta guardando la stecca, ma prendi una decina da solo, frocio di merda. Well, today was not my day. I think it was pretty much on me today. I was under my usual performance. I think the best moment for us was for sure Germany this year. We won the event, we were super happy. It was the second event of the tour. We felt like super champions there. And we had some good moments, Korea second, Portugal second. Obviously the tough moments were always against Ian. We have a better record against him, that's probably a factor, and that factor played today as well. But obviously the season has been great.
So the quarterfinals saw the fall of Will Tiller, Peter Gilmour, Bjorn Hansen and Francesco Bruni, and the claiming of the World Championship title. But the Monsoon Cup event title was still to be won. The Monsoon Cup has already named the winner of the ISAF World Match Racing Tour 2011. But the winner of the Monsoon Cup was still to be decided. First up in the semi-finals, Johnny Berntsen raced Peter Gilmour. It was a long day's racing for the pair as their quarter-final went to a full 5 flights. But after a brave battle, Berntsen earned his place in the final, beating Gilmour 3-2.
Yes!
I think it was a hard day for us for sure. It didn't. We went to 5 races in our quarterfinals and obviously 5 races in the semis, and probably not as bright as a button as we were early in the morning. Well, YANMAR Racing will be back for next year. I mean, we'll come back and go harder and stronger, and you know, I think by and large, you know, we've got a bit to do, but we've still got some more racing to do tomorrow, so we look forward to that.
Next up, new world champion Ian Williams faced Jesper Radek. Williams won the first match, and we join Mark Chisnell on the approach to the top mark for their next race.
So Radek on the inside, a desperate effort from Williams to make one last move here, big laugh, but Radek just brushing it off. Little cursory look astern, and you can see that's the result there. He didn't have to slow down, Williams did, so Radek's just built a better lead here. Nice work from Jesper Radek. Williams trying too hard there, a little bit too aggressive, made losses. At the leeward mark, Radek again on the inside, Williams on the outside. Williams looking very punchy here, he's bearing away, looks like he's going to go for this rounding. Radek bearing away, Radek holds on starboard. Oh, Williams is on port, Radek on starboard, my goodness. That's got to be dead to rights for Williams, surely to goodness. They round completely together, fully overlapped, locked together. Radek just giving it plenty to the umpires, and there's the blue flag. It is indeed a penalty for Ian Williams, caught port and starboard at the bottom mark at the gate. Surely that's a win for Radek.
Despite Radek levelling the scores at 1-1, Williams showed a strong performance, winning the next 2 races and securing that last place in the finals.
Ian took the chance when he got it, but we were in control, and it was me to make the mistake. My plans for 2012 are a little bit in the open at the moment. I really enjoy the game. At the same time have to realize that it has reached a truly professional level.
Following the semi-finals, Gilmour and Radic would sail in the petty finals for 3rd and 4th position. Crowds had gathered for the final showdown of the Monsoon Cup, and it was going to be tense as Johnny Berntsen, who's yet to win an event all season, faced Ian Williams, who's won 2 events and is now the champion of the World Match Racing Tour. Williams won the first 2 races, and we joined him in the pre-start for a potentially decisive 3rd match.
You can tell this is match point, no question about it. Berntsen taking the game as hard as he can to Williams here. Williams with the early advantage to starboard entry now. Here he comes again on starboard. Ian Williams, Johnny Berntsen on port. Berntsen must avoid him, he does so. There's the 1 minute gun. We're only probably 20 seconds sailing from the boat, so these guys have a good 50, just over 50 seconds to go. 20 seconds to kill. It's going to be an aggressive position if someone leads from here. Berntsen up to windward. Williams looking to lead. God, they both desperately want the right here, don't they, Phil?
Yeah, absolutely. Berntsen in a little bit of trouble here again. Williams just really controlling this and in a really strong position right now. If he can stay ahead of him here, this is almost all but over. And Berntsen, no option but to dip behind him here with 23 seconds to go. Oh, that's a very tight overlap, but no money there for Berntsen. I think he's just doing his best here. He's trying, he's pushing hard, and he could be in with a sniff here.
Hannah, how close was that?
Very, very close, so close, but so is the starting gun. 10 seconds to go, and it's Berntsen on the right, on port, heading towards the committee boat. Williams tacking on top of it as Berntsen goes underneath. Oh, it's going to be a crash. There's a collision. Berntsen holds his protest flag up in the air, so does Williams. What's the umpire's decision? Wow. It's a yellow flag. It is penalty Williams.
Yeah, Berntsen just driven into the start boat. That was quite extraordinary. It's a yellow flag, and if...
Are they going to go red?
Yeah, that's the question. A red flag would indicate that Williams has to do the penalty immediately.
They're going red, they're going red.
There it is, it's a red flag. All right, that's extraordinary. So Williams has to do it, and he has to do it right now. Williams will be going into the penalty. There he is. Williams goes into the penalty turn. He's going to come out on starboard and have to duck behind Johnny Berntsen. Oh, just squeaking behind. The rig's very close to crashing there. Incredible action, but Johnny Berntsen has got the right, really taking it to Ian Williams.
Berntsen went on to hold his lead to the finish, taking back a win from the world champion.
It'll be a blue one that tells us that Johnny Berntsen, yes, the Swedes, very, very happy. They've got one back. It's 2-1. To Ian Williams in the final of the Monsoon Cup.
The next race was all important. Berntsen needed to win to stay in the game, and it was match point for Ian Williams.
Berntsen leading back. Williams tailing him, pushing him hard. It's all about the right, remember. Berntsen turns up, Williams decides to go inside him, 16 seconds. Oh my goodness, there's no room in there. They've both got a lot of pace on, a lot of speed on. They're both going to go over the line.
There's contact.
We'll hear from the umpires shortly, I'm sure. Williams pinned in by the committee boat. Both boats stalled.
Yellow, yellow.
Yellow flag. Berntsen picks up the penalty this time. Desperate, desperate efforts to win the right. Williams has it, and Berntsen has the penalty, Phil.
Here we go again, here we go again.
Johnny Berntsen tacking the port right in front of Ian Williams. He's already got one penalty. That was a really unforced error from Johnny Berntsen. That's got to be a second, surely, Hannah.
Green flag.
Green. Okay. All right. How does that work? I'm not sure.
Berntsen failed to do his penalty, and Williams kept his lead all the way to the finish.
Here he comes. Spinnaker down. No stress. There's the pin. There's the finish mark. There's the finish boat. There is the blue flag. Ian Williams, Monsoon Cup champion, triple world champion. This time the pressure really is off. You can see a proper celebration. They were so cool when they won the world title. Now you can really see Ian Williams is absolutely delighted. That is a fantastic, fantastic display of match racing.
It's fabulous to come here and win the World Match Racing Tour and the Monsoon Cup. It takes a special effort to pick yourself up after winning the World Championship and go on and win the Monsoon Cup, and fantastic to win them both.
We tried to push them as hard as we could. We got 1 point out of 3, and they just sailed better than us, so congratulations to them, and we're happy about the 2nd place, and it also gave us the 3rd place on the World Match Racing Tour.
Getting the team together, getting them functioning well is absolutely key to the way that I personally sail. The team this year has done a fantastic job, and they're world champions too.
Oh, we're feeling awesome. It was a little stressful there after the last day of qualifying, needing to win those 2 in a row.
Huge relief. There's a bit of pressure building up to the event, but just massive relief now, and we're very happy.
It's fantastic. I won the tour back in a few years ago with Ian, but we didn't win the Monsoon Cup, and this feels a lot better. We do have to fly home tonight, but there'll certainly be some celebrating before the flight.
Next year we certainly hope to be back on the World Match Racing Tour. We still need to confirm a few things, but definitely hoping to be back and to try and defend the title.
This event has given us some truly unexpected results and some thrilling sailing action, with serious contenders falling short of the podium. 8 sailing regattas across the globe have paved the way to this moment, the new World Match Racing Tour standings of 2011. It's been a roller coaster season, and we look forward to next year to see if Ian Williams can hang on to his championship title.